Hello, and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. Sign up for a 1-week free trial, no credit card required, for access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts.
Hey guys, it's James the Chart Guys. It is Wednesday, March 28th. Going to do my nightly video on gold. So gold, I am hunting right now. I'm currently in a bounce position, carefully watching the low of today of 1327.70 on this hourly candle as my stop loss on this play. The hourly RSI is extremely oversold. I think it hasn't been this low in 52 weeks actually on the hourly. I got pretty close to this hourly RSI, or at this level, back in December, but I can only go back about 9 months. So in the last 9 months, I haven't seen an hourly RSI in this level except for in December of 2017. So hourly RSI, we are looking for a bounce. This could be a bear flag here. It's on decreasing volume here, and so I want to be a little bit careful on this hourly. We want to see it regain these exponential moving averages, the 4, the green line, and the 8 EMA here on any bounce, any rejection at those levels, and I am likely going to take some profit if we do get any type of bounce there. And it's just going to be to cool off the hourly RSI at this point. So back here we had a dump and we consolidated, cooled off the RSI some, and set up for another big dump today. And the real clue was overnight was when it lost this support here of 1348.80, the dump that was coming, and then you could see the volume come in for the bears here. And looking at the 4-hour, if we do continue to pull back, if we get a weak hourly dump and then we continue to pull back on this 4-hour chart, I'm going to watch it for this. I'm going to watch this 30 RSI level. In the past few times, it's given us a nice entry level for gold. Back here was awesome. That 30R, oversold 4-hour RSI was really nice for a bounce. Back here, not as big of a bounce, but still some significant gains to be had. About 20 points some move. Back here, had a little bit of smaller bounce and then pulled back and then had a more significant bounce there. And so as it gets closer to that area, I'm going to be hunting for an entry here if that hourly bounce doesn't play out to be very strong. And so when you look at this hourly bounce, what you want to see is because it's going to come overnight, the volume's not going to be as big as the volume tends to come in around the big volume on gold tends to come in once markets do open at around 8-9 a.m. Mostly around 9 a.m. It's when gold volume starts picking up. So we could easily cool off this RSI without much volume and the gold not move much here and then continue to dump here. So got to be really careful with this hourly RSI. You are playing against a trend. You want to have stop losses in place here for any type of oversold bounce play here. And if you're looking at the 10-minute, what made me get in here a little bit early, but high risk, high reward play based on the hourly RSI being so oversold and expecting some type of oversold bounce. So unable on the 10-minute to set a higher high all day, continue to set lower lows, and we did break to a higher high here I was watching this double top here on the 5-minute at 1330.80. We broke that, entered, pulled back, set a higher low from the bottom, set another higher high, and so we'll see if it sets another higher low and is able to hold this 1328.70. Must hold again is the low of the day here of 1327.70. The reason why I'm using futures is because you're able to trade it after market close, whereas other trading instruments like ETFs or GLD, like GLD ETF or miners ETFs, you're unable to trade it after 8 p.m. And some people can't even trade it after market close. So the longer term picture for gold, I'm looking at the daily here first. The daily, as the 4-hour is oversold, I am going to. So what I liked about gold was this inside candle, daily inside high and low. After this big move was a consolidation move, stayed within the range of the previous ranges candles, and we had a nice bull break on increasing bull volume, and then continued higher once we broke the high of that inside candle, bull break candle. Yesterday had some bear volume, and then once we broke the low of today, bears absolutely stepped in and had increasing bear volume. So that is something to be a little bit wary of on gold bouncing. But as the 4-hour does and the hourly being oversold so much, at this point I am going to expect a higher low of 1324.60. So 1324.60 is a very key area for me to be watching here, which was a consolidation low after this big green candle here. So 1324.60 is a big support for me. I'd like the bulls to establish a higher low above 1324.60 and then continue up if we get something more significant than an oversold 4-hour and hourly RSI bounce. Looking at GDXJ, what I'd be watching for tomorrow is on the, let me see, was it the hourly chart? No, it was the 15-minute chart I was looking at. So GDXJ right now, what we do have a little bit of some resistance to be watching for is going to be tomorrow. The first resistance to watch for is at 31.79 and then 31.83 on the 15-minute. Really going to prove themselves more so to me. I'd like to see a significant bounce and break 32.05 tomorrow. That's me personally. Support obviously is going to be at the low of the day today of 31.62. This all is going to look different tomorrow morning depending on how significant of a bounce gold has. There was some bullish flow into GDX by settlement. There was money flowing into GDXJ and GDX into the miners. I saw a big AG silver ETF. I'm sorry, SLV silver ETF buy during the day as well. So those are all something to be watching out for with some big money moving into these instruments on this dump. So they could just be setting up for just an oversold bounce like I am at this point, but we'll see what happens. GDX, the senior miners a little bit better chart at this point towards the end. This morning I did like junior miners better for the bounce because they hadn't broken to the low of the day on the senior miners doing so, but it was just happened to be a laggard to the senior miners. So anyways, we have a low, a high, a higher low, and a lower high here. So this 15-minute is tightening. We'll see how it opens up tomorrow. Same thing, first resistance to watch tomorrow is going to be 21.69 and then 21.71. Double top there on the 10-minute, and then I would really like 21.85 to break here. Then of course the high of the day today are resistances. Support is going to be that higher low here at 21.57 and then 21.56. Looking at the dollar, looking at the daily here. So the dollar daily, so it was setting higher lows here. Once we broke that, if you've been following my videos, I was bearish on the dollar, and it did follow through. We are getting a pretty nice big green candle today, especially showing strength on breaking that upper wick candle yesterday, the bounce candle yesterday, and that is showing me some significant strength there on that big green candle. What I'm going to look for is going to be a lower high from 90.445. As long as we stay below 90.445, then the dollar bears are still going to be in control here. Looking at the weekly, if you're looking at the weekly and you're waiting for a break either way, then you can either wait for a break here of the high on the weekly of 90.932 or for a bear break here of 90.432. And if you're zoom out, let me change it to a monthly chart. If you see this as a monthly chart, then it's simply been at the top, a dump, a little bit consolidation, a dump, a little bit of consolidation on the monthly, and then a dump. And so the pattern here at this point on the monthly still favors the bears on this longer term dollar chart. And if you watched my fundamental video that I posted yesterday with some fundamental research and analysis and some longer term view on the dollar, gold, and oil, then you'll kind of get an idea of what I'm looking for on these longer term charts on the dollar. If you look at gold monthly, just go over it with you. Gold monthly has now 3 consecutive candles with a lower high on the monthly. The high here was at 1365.40, 1364.40, 1362.60. So a little bit of a lower high on each monthly candle. And so unless something crazy happens, I'm not expecting with one trading day left in the month, I'm not going to expect gold to take out 1364.40. But next month, what I would watch for is a break of 1362.60 for the bulls, and I would keep my eyes on that monthly candle. And as you can see on the monthly on gold, for bears to take back control, they have quite a ways to go here. We did break to a higher high again on the monthly here, not by much here. Above this high was at 1362.40. We did break to a higher high by breaking to 1365.40. Not a significant bull break, but a higher high nonetheless. And we've been setting higher lows here on pullbacks. So any pullback, as long as bulls stay above 1238.30 on gold, then they're still going to be in control in this monthly chart. So that's just a longer term view. This is obviously going to take months and months to play out potentially, but what I would eye is the high of this month at 1362.60 and see if we can break that. Also, if you're looking for a trade tomorrow, again, the hourly is extremely oversold, and looking for, if the hourly stays oversold, if it comes to that daily support of consolidation at that, let me see, consolidation low here of 1324.60. I'm going to be watching that 4-hour chart and see if it's going to be in oversold territory as well as it reaches into that area. And I am going to at this point. And so if you're looking at the 4-hour chart to follow that, that's the consolidation low on that up 1324.60. That's the inside daily candle. So at this point, if we do get a little bit more oversold, I am going to expect a higher low to be set at around this area and see some type of bounce at least. Even if we set a lower high on this 4-hour chart bounce and then break to a lower low. And the flip side, what you can look for is for a bounce attempt. Then on a pullback, you need to set a higher low above 1327.70, and then a higher high to continue and let you know that this pullback is over and that bulls may be taking control. And so at this point, I'm looking at this 4-hour candle here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now consecutive red candles with lower lows on each consecutive candle and lower highs. And so watching this 4-hour candle as well, we need to hold that low, which is the low of today's candle at 1327.70 on this bounce attempt, and would like to break. Honestly, I would like a 4-hour candle to set a higher high here at 1334.40. So those are all things to be watching for overnight if you're a futures trader, and for setups tomorrow on seeing how significant this gold oversold bounce is going to be on the hourly. And again, I do think the opportunity is there if we do stay in this RSI level for a nice bounce play entry. You can either be patient, you can be patient at this point on the hourly for either a break of resistance of 1331.30, or if you're looking for a bear play, 1327.70. And the reason why I'm not looking bearish until we get a significant bounce is because I think the downside at this point is going to be limited compared to the upside on a bounce because of where the RSI levels are. So have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.